So Bandai just hit us with a big surprise this morning where we got a new and updated restriction list for June. Digimon fans, welcome back, and today we're giving quite a surprise from Bandai as the newest and most updated ban and restriction list just dropped. So as usual, we're going to go through the list together with my live reaction to see what actually got hit. But just before we do that, if you guys enjoyed discussion and news videos like these, then be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Also give this video a like as it greatly helps, and I also got something really cool to show you all.
Hey guys, ever since the channel reached 10k subs, we've actually been working on a very special project, and that is I will be releasing my very first and very own playmat ever. As a matter of fact, you guys gave me even more support than I could have imagined, and we recently even hit 15k subs, and honestly, I can't thank you guys enough. So in honor of all your support, my friends over at Team FD TCG as well as Banto have decided to collab with each other, and we'll be releasing the very first ever Darkness Force playmat. Be sure to mark your calendars because pre-orders will be available on May 29th, 11 AM sharp EST, all the way until June 12th. Only 300 of these will ever be made, and each and every one of them will have a serial code just to make it extra unique. Links and additional details will be available in the description box down below. And once again, guys, honestly, we couldn't be doing this without your support. So thank you guys so much to the bottom of my heart and really appreciate it.
Okay guys, this is totally unexpected, out of nowhere, out of the blue, but this is absolutely crazy. As you guys can see on the official Digimon Rule card game website, I'll leave a link in the description box down below so you guys can also see it. May 26, 2023, there's an update on this. And effective on June 1st, 2023, restricted card 1, so that you can only have one copy of this particularly in the deck, despite having different artworks. You have to follow the code of the card, which you can see right here on the middle bottom right. And the first one, right off the bat, we got the BT3 Blossomon being hit right off. Honestly, this one, I am super surprised. I actually took a quick look already, but yeah, this one definitely caught me off guard a little bit. But it makes a lot of sense. So let's see Bandai's explanation right here. When using plant vegetation fairy decks, this card can easily digivolve into level 6 even with very little memory. This limits the future game design possibilities for green cards, plant vegetation fairy decks. It also removes the need for another level 5 with Digisorption. For these reasons, they decide to restrict this down to one copy. If you guys remember Argomon level 5, I believe this is the exact same reason. Back in the day, this wasn't like a huge problem. Digisorption free, Digivolving for free into level 5 is very nice, but it doesn't provide any inheritable. That's what we know what green does best as always. Digisorption, jumping into level 6s very quickly is their main unique power. But I'm very sure, like, one of the discussions I always talked about is that green lacks a lot of draw power and search power. And draw power really just comes from Digivolving. But as more effects and more cards are released, they're going to have more search power upcoming moving forward. And, it's very standard to come up with rookies that search you stuff. And if green gets that and more cards search you for green, then the combination with the Digisorption now becomes way too powerful and excels, which I can totally see it. And it's a very good, like, future-proof or foolproof, because I believe people have been talking about Rosemon being insanely, incredibly powerful as well because of this. And with all the other cards going to be hit in the list, it's sort of like balancing all together, and I can kind of see it coming. And that's also another reason why a lot of people have been saying that Argomon can come off, but now because of this, Argomon can't come off because Argomon does exactly the same thing but provides an inheritable as well on top of that. And yeah, we'll see where this takes us. This is definitely really interesting, green being hit like this right off the bat. And again, this is the first card which definitely caught me off guard, and yeah, pretty crazy. Okay, so moving into the second card, we already have the EX2 Impmon being hit right here. Now, first and foremost, this hit was already sort of like applied to the Ultimate Cup rules that's coming up for us already. but now they're officially going to hit it for the full format for everything as well. And I guess it makes a lot of sense as well because, well, let's read what they say. The current Digimon decks, this card has an effect that trashes additional cards from the deck when this card is trashed, making it too easy to build up cards in the trash. Additionally, it removes the need of using cards such as Starter Deck 11 Starter Deck 14 Ayamako to place a card at the top of your deck, so it can activate an effect when it's trashed from the deck, accelerating the game speed and limiting future game design possibility for cards that reference the number of the cards in trash. For these reasons, they've decided to restrict down the copy to 1. Now, I kind of got confused and lost what they were saying right here with the Ayamako, but I believe, like, you can use Ayamako to put this back at the top so you can actually set up and plan exactly that what you want to mill more, which is very, very strong, because the more you mill, again, like, the more cards in your trash, Digimon just gets to that stage really, really quickly. I think this is a very, very fair hit. I feel like there's some other cards that they could also tackle for the deck, but I think this is a great start. But by all means, like the EX2 Impmon, already by itself, it cannot mill more if you mill via a Impmon EX2 effect, which is its own effect already. Which is already a sort of like, they tried to sort of balance this and sort of keep it like not way too powered and strong. But even despite that, it's just still a very, very good card by default. So I think hitting this at 1 makes a lot of sense. We know that Digimon in the future, even in Japan as well, is continually to be super strong and super relevant in the next like meta or 2. So I think in order to change this is always going to be interesting. I always feel like it's very nice and fun and interesting for us in the English version of the card game to sort of have this kind of change, because we're never going to experience what Japan's going to experience. And that means like all our expectations are going to be different moving forward, which is very exciting. And I really like that aspect of it, because it keeps me, excited about what's going to happen. Like what's the format going to be like for us, because it's going to be very, very different. Okay, so moving on, we got the promo Were-Garurumon that got hit. In current decks that use the BT9028 Were-Garuru X antibody, a quick defeat is possible using this card, hence the OTK combos that we've always seen. It doesn't have extreme power in current play environments, but this card limits the future game design possibilities for decks that reference the name Garurumon, and for this reason, they decided to restrict this card down to 1 copy per deck. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, like, oh, this is a bit too late. Were-Garurumon and Metal Guard's been around for so long already. Like, what's the point of hitting this card right now? But honestly, I think this is a very, very good hit. Not only, like they mentioned, for future proof, because they hit all those other decks, there's a high chance that, Metal Guard's just going to make a comeback again because of all of that. And Metal Guard is always going to be super consistent, super strong, and the fact that I can just OTK it again out of nowhere is, like, it will always become good. Like, as long as it never gets hit, I feel like it will always make us, space to sort of like sneak back in no matter what. And doing this exactly right now will prevent that. So because like Blossomon being hit, Itmon being hit, so Digimon decks and Bloomlord decks and like, Vegetation Plant decks, become not as relevant, then what's going to become relevant? Well, Were-Garurumon and Melgar right here. And this card itself, gives the security +1 with its inheritable. It allows you to unsuspend when you have a Garurumon in its Digivolution card as well. And again, we know Bandai is going to be releasing a lot more Metal Guard, Garurumon support moving forward, and this card is just only going to get stronger and stronger because of that. So I think this is a really good hit to stop the OTK decks, stop the OTK format stuff, which not a lot of people are really fond of anyways. And right here we got another OTK related deck hit where we have the promo Grand Kuwagumon. And this is all the way back in BT4, and it's pretty crazy how long way that this card came all the way through, like from like over a year, which is crazy, or even 2 years. Okay, so let's see what they have to say. As this card can add multiple activations of Security +1, this card allows decks with Grandis Kuwagumon to easily defeat the opponent in short amount of time, again with the OTK combos. The attacked player has few methods for defense, and this card has been used for play environments for longer than we expected. For these reasons, this card limits future game design possibilities with reference for Grand Kuwagumon or Insectoid cards. Therefore, they decide to restrict this down to 1 copy. And yeah, exact same reason with the promo Were-Garurumon of enabling sort of like, OTK combos and all that kind of stuff. I think, again, this is a really, really good hit. A little bit too late, but I think it's fine. Grandis has its time to shine, and I think, it's a deck that came in and out. exact same reason as like Metal Guard, just because like, you know, again, if Metal Guard is gonna get hit, Beelzemon's gonna get hit, Blossomon's gonna hit, you know, this deck can easily just creep back up once again, and then it's just gonna be running OTK. So they have basically, Bandai has thought about eliminating the OTK stuff right here, which is definitely a very good call, I think. You know, just stopping the OTK stuff, and I'm very sure they're just gonna, you know, trace back and sort of redesign their cards moving forward to make sure not OTK doesn't come back again. But it's always difficult. But right now, OTK decks are basically gonna be out, except for Ancient Grey. Ancient Grey's still around. Ancient Grey can still OTK. There's still definitely OTK combos going in and out and around, but definitely lesser consistent compared to these guys. These guys were able to pull it off all the time. But yeah, we'll see how this impacts the future, you know, of the game. Remember, guys, this is effective June 1st, so it's actually very, very soon. This is essentially going to be happening in 5 days, and the formats are really going to change. And it's pretty cool, because right now playing BT12 for us in English, now all this is going to change. I wonder what decks is going to play. I know many of you guys want to see updated versions soon. So yeah, we got to see how this goes, and that's basically it, wrapping up for all the cards that got hit. And yeah, of course, like, you know, as a follow-up from last time of the April 1st one with the Greymon X, thinking about it, it's actually only been 2 months, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, it's good that they're effectively and efficiently hitting these cards, and yeah, I'm just excited to see what we got for here down the road. That'll wrap up for the updated June restriction list and live reaction video for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. What do you guys think of the updated restriction list? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm definitely going to be making an updated version of the Beelzemon deck profile after June 1st. And if you guys want to see that, what I'd be cooking up, then be sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on that notification bell to stay tuned. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. See you next video. And this is Avault, signing out.